If you drive a Mini such as this one, you'll know that most dash cams look terrible, but I found one that looks virtually factory fitted. Right here behind the mirror, hidden from view, is a 4K camera recording everything that happens in front of the car. And today I'm going to install it and show you how it works. Stay tuned. Okay, I'll kick things off with a quick thank you to the company who provided the camera for me today. This is from Mercylion, so this is a 4K Ultra HD hidden Wi-Fi dash cam. So if we crack it open, I'll show you what's in the box very, very quickly. First thing you've got is this power cable. So this is a backup cable, it's a secondary cable. So this plugs into your OBD port, which is generally down underneath your steering wheel on the right and is used for analytics as a rule, but you can take power from it. This would require you to hide the cable around the windscreen and then the power feeds into the camera. We're not going to use that, but it's great that it comes with that in the box, so should you need it as a backup, you've got it. Now we're going to use this. Now what this is a cable that allows us to piggyback off existing power. You see, this is an auto dimming rear view mirror in this car, and there's some sensors and things behind it, which means there's electrics behind the mirror. So what we're going to do is unplug one of the ports, plug that into here, plug that back in where the port was, so that continues with a power feed, but we'll take a little piggyback feed, and this is what will power our camera. So we're going to install that in a moment. And then the camera itself is in this plastic unit, and this is what makes this special, because this camera can fit behind the mirror and look like it belongs there, because it uses similar coloured black plastic to the actual car, so the manufacturer's plastic. So we'll take that whole surround off, put this there instead, and when it all goes together, you don't even know the camera's there, which is fantastic. You've got some control buttons on the outside, and then on the other side, when it's on, you've got the option to be able to remove your micro SD card, which goes in there, which means you can either access the content of the camera via an app on your phone, via Wi-Fi, or you can just remove that and take it and plug it into your computer and download files that way. But either way, it's super neat. This does just move around. It literally slides back into its little kind of holster there, and then it's solid to rock when it's installed. But let's have a look at what's there right now. So the plastic casing that's currently behind the mirror really does serve no purpose other than to just hide some wires, and really is a prime opportunity for upgrade. So we'll start by popping this off. So all you need to do this is the pry tool that came in your kit. So pop the mirror out of the way so you can see, and if you can just get into any of the gaps and just slide the pry tool in, you'll find it comes apart really easily, and then you can just pull it out and separate it. Now let me give you a quick tour of what you'll find behind there. So you've got just an array of cables, as you'd expect. Now the one that matters to us the most is that purple one you can just about see hidden behind here. Now this main cable here feeds into the mirror and controls the auto dimming, so you can unhook that on the left, and it gives you that socket, and you can move it out of the way a little bit, in which case you can see the purple socket much easier. Now if you're not holding a camera, you can just put a finger in on each side and then pinch it, and it will pull out easily. What I will give you a warning on if you're installing this is that this socket here looks exactly the same as that one, in that it's the same shape, and so when you look at the wiring loom that comes with the kit, you'll find it will fit in either of those sockets. Don't use this one, it won't give you a power feed. It has to be the purple one in there. Now you may also find that this is a bit easier if you don't have the mirror in the way, and you can remove it if you're feeling brave enough. You don't need to, so I'm not going to necessarily push you to, but I'm going to show you how to, just so at least you know. Now the mirror itself, just literally slides on with these metal pieces here. So if you grab it and just give it a relatively hard shove down, it slides off, and then it's just a case of unplugging it. Now this socket here, you just pinch at the front and the back, and it will slide out. Obviously I'm going to find it quite difficult when I'm holding a camera in one hand, but I'll do that in a moment. And then it gives you really easy access to this purple socket here. Now, as I said, the purple socket comes out without a great deal of effort. If you want, you can just use your pry tool, push against this bit here, and just prise it up like that, and simple as that, it comes out. So there is our power feed. So at this point you'll need your wiring loom. So as you can see, you've got these two plugs that are close together. One of them is a plug, one of them is a socket. So you take the plug and you put it in to where you've just removed the purple plug from. So easy enough, just click straight in, and then the purple plug that you've removed will fit perfectly into this socket. So check you're pushing it in the right direction, check it's all pointing where it's meant to point, and with that you can just click it together. So now the power is still going to the car exactly as it was before, but what we've generated is an additional power feed. So that socket is what we'll plug into the camera unit. Obviously, remember, we're going to have to put the mirror back before we can do all this, because obviously the casing goes around the actual arm of the mirror. So I'll pop that back in, And then we can put the camera and the casing all back together. Now the next job is to plug the camera in and slide this casing on around the mirror. Now you'll find there's two plugs, there's a white one, a black one. The white one is irrelevant, you don't need to worry about it, it's just for lab testing when they first manufacture them. And the black one will just go straight into that cable. So I'll plug that in and then we'll try and slide it in at the side. Now the crucial thing is when you look at the various sort of bits of metal that it slides into, they align perfectly with the bits on the inside of the casing, which are exactly the same as the ones that are in the original. So it will slot in exactly the same places, and then we've just got to try and hide these wires once it's on one side. So with the wires out of the way and the camera plugged in, you've just got to line it up at the top here and just slide it over, keeping those cables inside the casing until it goes in here. So you've got behind the mirror, it just fits perfectly around this circular bit here. So essentially that's half of the install. Now with the camera in place there, the next bit of course is to put the other half on, but you have all these cables you've got to hide. And just like that, all the wiring is hidden. So I said I've stuffed it in there, I've stuffed it in there, it's just getting it out of the way. There's no complication to that. And then it is just taking your second piece and just sliding it along in exactly the same way to go into exactly the same bit. So once you get those bits lined up, you can just slot it together. So I've lined everything up at the front and behind, and it's just this last bit here which I should be able to just grab with my fingers and just make sure those two bits of plastic align, because they clip together and hold it nice and securely. And as long as they align, then it clicks into place. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are fully installed. And from a driver's point of view, there's absolutely nothing to look at that was different to before. Now, one of the reasons why this installation is so important is the nature of the car that it's in, the Mini. Now, these cars are brilliant. This is my wife's all-electric Cooper S, and I love this thing. Dynamically, it's great fun. Parking is an absolute dream. Compared to the Model Y, which is massive, this thing's tiny. You can put it in any space. But part of that design feature is that when you're sat in here, it feels like a really big car, despite the fact it's quite a small car. But it means that you're sat quite a long way from the windscreen. So this, for example, is one of the few cars where I can just, and I mean just, reach the rearview mirror when I'm sat back, and I have to lean forward a little bit because it's so far from me. So the whole windscreen is quite a distance away, which also means it's quite small. If I show you on my driver's view here, so you can see from this, as you can see, it's not very tall. But that means that when you're installing a dash cam in here, it's in the way. So you end up with, like, you know, cables aside, and you do have to trail cables all over the place if you're installing a normal dash cam. But it means the unit is going to be blocking your view in either side of the rear view mirror, which is a problem. Whereas this one doesn't impede your view at all. And the quality is really good. Let me show you what a picture looks like from the camera itself. So as you can see, the actual footage that the camera provides you, which is what you're watching right now, is in 4K. It gives you a really nice wide field of view and just includes the bonnet at the bottom, just so everybody's completely clear this is dashcam footage. Now, to connect to the actual camera, all you do is when you power it up by either turning your key or pressing the power button, an electric one like this, then you download the app, and all the instructions are here in your Mercylion instruction book, and then you connect the app to the camera via Wi-Fi, and then that gives you full control. It said you can see the footage, but crucially, you can also download footage or any photos straight onto your phone and then use them as you see fit. So would I recommend this? Absolutely, to be honest. This is the cleanest installation I've seen of a dash cam on the Mini, and I do think every driver deserves a dash cam. I think it's really important with insurance fraud and just generally bad drivers that you are recording what's happening around your car. It's not just for Mini as well. Mercylion will make these cameras for an array of cars, so have a look at the link in my description if you think a dash cam will be beneficial for you. Installation isn't the easiest, but it isn't the toughest. You've just got to have the courage to be able to pop that plastic apart, which they give you the tools to do, and then play around with the wiring. It's not hard. The instructions you've seen in this video should take away any doubt for you. It's not difficult to do. But bear in mind, if you fitted any dash cam, you're going to be hiding cables and popping bits of plastic off to be able to do that. This is a neater solution because everything's happening in one place, behind the mirror, out of view, job done, never think about it again. And that I'm a fan of. And with that, thank you so much for watching. As I said, if you want to learn more about the Mercylion products, the link is in my description below. In the meantime, have a great time on the open road, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Take care.